See, y'all are down here on a low IQ level. I'm up on here on a genius IQ level.
Nobody named you walking barefoot, smell of defeat. Got the squad rolling deep, can't stand on their feet. Can feel on the grip, hands in the dough, funny pot. Sticky fingers, palm looking, the block stay hot. Cyrax, shadow boxing, swinging at the air, undefeated in delusion. Reality don't care, Jupiter creeping, got the whole crew shook. Predator rhymes, got a band from the book, Josh Block at the hill. Bottle in his clutch, captain of a ship that's been sinking too much. Over Navy rattling, can't step to the throne. Worry, drop the mic, let them reap what they've sown.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Thanks for coming by the channel again. This is the Goblin Report for June 27th and June 28th. Let's get into it.
What's up, everybody? So, while I wait for everybody to get in here, I'm going to speak on something. Earlier today, I had a conversation with somebody that I didn't know would change my whole outlook within a few hours. Just a mere few hours of talking to this man, and he really changed my life.
Sounds like we got another Security Jake on our hands.
And my whole perspective. See, when I talked to this man, he didn't know who I was. Like, I showed him all the videos of everything that went down. I showed him everything. I gave him the 411. I gave this man the full-blown, rundown and everything.
I gotta say, if somebody woke up from a coma today having never heard of Cyrax, and then Cyrax himself got to cherry pick which parts of the story to show to him, I can't even imagine it would be like. It's like, I don't know if you guys watched Cobra Kai on Netflix, but in the first episode of Cobra Kai, Johnny Lawrence from The Karate Kid, he gets his own protege, and he's kind of telling him the story of what happened in The Karate Kid, but he's telling it from his own, like, super biased perspective. So if you've seen the movie, it's extra funny, because he's like, oh yeah, this jerk from Jersey just swooped in and stole my girl and kicked me in the face. And it's like, well, you're technically, all those things happened, but you're leaving out like some pretty integral plot points that might give some context to this. So I feel like he probably just showed this guy him getting beat up by Marty and called a predator by William Gloryhole, and that was it.
And he looked at me and he told me this. He said, yeah, you made some mistakes. You've owned up to those mistakes. Now move past them. Whatever happens, happened. You can't change it. Fuck that. It's done. It's over. You can't change what happened. He said, but what you can do, what you can change, is your future. Because you still have time to change your future around. He said, if you truly want to get your life back, reinvent yourself. Reinvent yourself so much that they cannot recognize you. That they cannot categorize you. Fuck what these people say, because all these people that are sitting behind these screens, running their mouth, doing all this dumb shit, that's all they're good at, is running their mouths. That's all they're good for. But they are also good for one other thing, too. And he said, I know you might not want to hear this, but it's the truth. These people are good for one other thing. And I asked him, what's that? He said, promotion. Like it or not, these guys are free promotion, and you need to start utilizing that.
See, Cyrax has been saying this already for weeks, so now I just don't even believe this guy exists, because what are the odds that some stranger showed up out of the blue into Cyrax's life to tell him all the things that he already believes? Like, this is like when Nova's like, oh my god, I don't know how this pizza showed up at my house. Like, alright dude, it was one of your fans that ordered the pizza. Alright, bud.
He said, if you are going to get anywhere, you need to utilize them. Because right now, they think that they own you, but really, you own them. Because like it or not, they follow you. They watch you. They said, forget about the comments. Don't even read the comments. Like, let them sit there, yeah, but don't read them. Like, unless they're good, don't read them. If they're good, read them. Like,
how the fuck would you know whether they were good or not without reading them?
Look at them, but don't acknowledge them. And it took me a while to understand that concept. It took me a couple hours to truly grasp and understand that concept. These people that think they have this grasp on me, they really and truly believe that. And he looked at me and he said, how many people do you know of that don't have haters? I told him, not many, everybody's got haters. He's like, exactly. Your haters are your biggest fans.
I disagree with that completely. I would say the vast majority of people that I know, like in my personal life, have next to no haters at all. Like, maybe one person who doesn't like them, but like, no, it is not a regular thing for you to have groups of 6,000 people organizing against you on Facebook.
Because like it or not, they watch your content. And that's all those haters are good for, is free promotion. And he said, yes, they may have done some shit that's fucked up. They may have done some shit that is not okay, like turning your own family against you, turning your older sister against your mom and against you. And he said, he asked me this, he's like, I watched the video. He's like, I watched the video where you and your family got into it, and your sister Daylin came in, did the interview, yada, yada, yada. And he asked me this, he's like, one,
This person has to be like Cyrax's Tyler Durden. Like, he's just, in his mind, he's sitting on the curb having a beer with this guy, having a whole conversation, and then when you see the flashback later, he's just sitting by himself.
did you ever put your hands on your mom during that fight? And I was like, no. He was like, did you ever break her toe? No. And he said, then what does it matter what they think? What does it fucking matter what they think? Because what they think is not important. He said, if you want to make money, you have to forget about that hatred. Forget about the bullshit. Forget about the negativity, because all that negativity is going to do is drag you down, and you don't need to be drugged down. He's like, you've already suffered enough. You paid for your mistakes. Now it's time for you to say, fuck these assholes, and fucking reinvent yourself. And he looked at me and he said, and this dude, I love what he said to me after this. He was like, do you have family that's military? Yeah, my dad was Army. He's like, okay. He's like, do you remember one thing he's like, do you remember what they teach you in the military as far as like mindsets go? He's like, yeah. They teach you to have a strong will and a strong mindset. They teach you to never back down no matter what.
Well, Cyrax, I gotta say, it seems like less so than, absorbing all the teachings of the military, your father went down a different path, because he definitely did some stuff that the military would frown upon, without really going into it.
To face the danger head on. They teach you to ignore all small threats. All small threats you don't run from. You just knock it out of the way and keep going, right? Yeah. And what he said next was literally a one-for-one. It was literally a one-for-one speech on what one of my mentors, or somebody that became like a mentor to me, had said in one of his interviews, which is the founder of Ronin Tactics, Tu Long. He said this: there are going to be good days, and there are going to be bad days. And during your bad days, you have to look at yourself and think, are you going to sit down and lay in bed and let these people tear you down and continue to pick you apart? Or are you going to do what you were born to do and get up and be a fucking warrior today?
Everything that Cyrax says, as he cites it as like some incredible inspirational advice that really just changed his whole world, literally just sounds like something that would be printed on a child's soccer Nike shirt in like 2010 that you got at like Kohl's. Just do it. Never give in. Pain is weakness leaving the body. Like, it's all just these empty platitudes that he's acting like he just read Dostoevsky for the first time.
He said the difference between you and them is what you do. If you sit there and you don't do anything with your life, and you continue to ponder on what they're going to do next, you're never going to get anywhere, because they will have defeated you, and then where will you be 10 years down the road? He said you still have a chance to change your life around, and if you're going to make that change, it has to be now. He said, you're 34 years old. You don't have, really that many years left. And he said, if you're going to change your life, it needs to be now, and it needs to be right away.
Wait, no, 34 is really young. Maybe Cyrax doesn't have that many years left because he's got one lung and he, sleeps in a giant bedbug nest every day. But no, the advice, looking at a 34-year-old man and saying you don't have that much longer left is a crazy thing to say.
Which is why I am here to say this. To anybody out there that thinks they are going to bring me down, that's not going to happen. Watch my videos to hate watch. Go ahead. Take my videos. Share them around. Go ahead and repost them. You want to know why? That's free promotion for me.
So this really is the cycle of Cyrax logic, is that first he comes out and he has a total bitch fit and he screams and freaks out and is like, the thing that you guys are doing is ruining my life and I demand that you stop. That's the first part of the cycle. The second part of the cycle is that he'll make the same video, only instead of yelling and screaming, he's crying, or fake crying, and he's like, you guys are ruining my life. I need you to please stop. You guys are pushing me to want to put my stylus on my neck again or whatever. That's the second part. And then when he realizes that neither of those appeals are going to change anybody else's behavior, he always then makes a third video where he goes, hey, whatever thing you just did that I've been melting down about for a week, it was actually a good thing, and I'm actually the winner. It's literally this exact cycle just happened before the Xbox got bricked, and now he's just making his way back through it again.
That is literally free promotion. So to all you little trolls that think that I'm not going to reinvent myself and come back with a fucking vengeance, you're wrong. And that's the thing with you trolls. You think that you're going to continue to tear me down for the rest of my life and keep me stuck, but you're not going to. Because this time I actually have very real help. I genuinely don't give a fuck what you trolls say about me. And I'm gonna tell you this, until it happens, whatever you trolls say, it doesn't mean anything to me. You guys say that I'm gonna be homeless. I'm not homeless yet, so why worry about it? You guys say that you're gonna call fucking Adult Protective Services on me, right? They haven't showed up yet.
Wait, he literally just said yesterday that they not only did they show up, but they showed up multiple times to question Sally and Ed. So, like, what do you mean they haven't showed up yet?
So from here on out, whatever you trolls have to fucking say, I'm gonna take it as false. Because unless it affects my life directly in such a way that I cannot do my job, then I'm gonna take it as false. I'm gonna take it as rumor. Because I know that all you trolls want is to see me rage out. Because you guys want views off of me. That's all it is. You guys want me scared. But there's one thing that you didn't fucking count on. There's one thing that you didn't count on. And Jocelyn knows this as well as I do. Several people know this as well as I do. I feed off the hatred. Every time you guys try to shut me down, I come back each and every fucking time. Now why is that? Why is that I come back every time? I can tell you why. Because each time I came back was me reinventing myself and preparing myself for each moment.
Cyrax, you have never reinvented yourself. Your style of content is identical now to the content that you were putting out 8 years ago. It's never changed. You've always been, ranting and raving about how good you are at jobs and skills that you've never done, never had, never participated in. Even the camera quality is identical to how it was like 8 years ago, which is impossible. I mean, I don't even really care about the camera quality on my phone, but it's vastly improved over the last decade just because occasionally, every couple years, you get a new phone. Even if you don't get the newest one, even if you get like an old model, your camera quality goes up like crazy. To this day, Cyrax's current day content looks like the early Chris Chan, like square pixelated content. Like, it's insane how little development there's been over the last 8 years. So I don't know what all of this reinvention has been, but I'm not seeing it on screen in front of me.
So to all you trolls out there that think that you're going to shut me down, that you're going to run my life for the rest of my life, you're delusional if you think that you're going to shut my life down. Because right now, I have a lot going for me behind the scenes that nobody knows about yet, except for a very, 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 very select few people.
He has a lot going for him. He's unemployed, his health is failing, and he's living in his grandmother's attic, and now these days, it's actually like coming into question whether he's even going to continue to be allowed to get there. So what I'm seeing is somebody who's like on the absolute last leg of being able to mooch off of their elderly family member, but he's saying like big things are coming. All right, we'll see who's right.
There's a very few select people that know about what's going on. And I mean a very select few. And don't worry, Jocelyn, you're going to be one of them. I promise you that. I will fill you in. I promise you that.
It's amazing how there's a new, just random anonymous female first name in his chat every single night that he simps for the entire night. Like, throughout the chat, you'll always hear him just being like, and you know what? Fuck you, Dan, because I'm not a PDF file. And you know what? Fuck you, Greg, because this is a job. I am good at music. And oh yeah, Sarah, I'll DM you afterwards. I'm sorry I didn't text you back, baby girl. Like, shut the fuck up, Cyrax.
But all y'all out here being trollish, that's all you're good for. The only thing you trolls are good for is free promotion. Because see, while you guys are over here barking and running your mouths and doing this and doing that, see, you guys barking and running your mouths is just that. It's free promotion for me. This person that I talked to today was very knowledgeable. He couldn't have been any older than me. He was still a young kid, but very smart. Very young guy.
Okay, I know that I said 34 was not so old that you only have a few years left in your life recently. It's also certainly not a young kid. You're a young... when I even know the context that he's using the term young kid in it, like he's saying it in like an old head way, but even when you say young kid in like that context, you're talking about somebody between 16 and like maybe 23 at the oldest. Nobody is talking about a 34-year-old goblin talking about some young kid.
Very fucking smart. And he said this to me. He looked at me and said something that changed that mindset that I had for pretty much for good. And he said this. He said, what's more important to you in life? Like, what do you want to get out of life? Do you want to sit there and stay stuck and continue to turn tires and continue to fight with these trolls and continue to spin tires and eventually beat them? but also damage yourself, your spirit, and who you are as a person in the long run? Or do you want to say, fuck them, take that goddamn wheel of that car, of your life, and yank that fucking bitch into fourth gear and get the fuck out of that goddamn mud puddle?
There's no way this person is fucking real because they're using the same shitty car analogies that Cyrax always needs to come up with when he's pretending that he's a car guy, even though he's literally never been behind the wheel of any vehicle. I don't even think they'd probably let him drive a golf cart. And then on top of that, I love that he even slipped in there. Yeah, you could keep on fighting these trolls tooth and nail every day. You will eventually win, but like no one online no lolcow has ever beaten the trolls. There is no eventually winning. Like every ounce of effort that you put into it ends up just being sent back your way 1,000-fold. Like there's no situation where, you know, if he just sticks it out long enough, he's gonna beat the trolls.
Get yourself unstuck and get back onto the track and onto your destination. He said, right now you're stuck, but only you can get yourself out. Yes, you can have help along the way, and there will be people that will help you along the way. But ultimately, you have to make that choice to want to get out of that place. You have to be the one to judge who's a good person and who's bad. He said, what that Steven guy did to you and your family was wrong. He stabbed you in the fucking back, because that's what they do. They stab people in the back, and then they run. They stab and they run. They stab and they run. Because that's all they're good at. That's all they know. Is stab and run, stab and run, stab and run. But you, they tried to stab you 1,000 fucking times. These trolls have tried to stab you 1,000 times over and over and over again. And yeah, sure, they may have knocked you down. They may have gotten you down to the point where you were almost defeated. But where are you at right now? At first I didn't understand, like, what do you mean where am I at right now? Like, I'm literally in my home, in my bedroom. And he said, no, where are you at right now? Mentally, like, with all this going on, where are you at right now? And he said, you're still standing, right? You survived all this, right? Yeah. And he said, then you're still fighting. You're still winning. Despite what these rumors say, despite what people say about you, you are still standing. They have stabbed you over 1,000 times in the back, tried to bring you down, tried to destroy you, but every time you got right back up and kept going.
Alright, I hope I'm not overdoing it with the movie references today, but what I'm getting from this speech now, you know how we always talk about how, you could tell what type of content Cyrax has been watching based on what he's saying, like when he gives a villain speech, he's been watching anime and stuff like that. I feel like maybe he just watched, like, Remember the Titans or something, like, I feel like maybe Friday Night Lights, like he's watching some sports movies of some kind, because he's literally just given, like, this is a classic, like, coach at halftime speech, like, it's just so, I don't know, man, it's so disingenuous. He's saying that some friendly stranger on the internet said this shit to him, but there's just no way that anybody, this is his own imagination, this is his own mind, this is the same shit. It's almost identical to things that he says when he's just giving a speech and not pretending that somebody said this shit to him. So I don't believe for a second that, you know, some mystery stranger on the internet showed up and told him everything that he wanted to hear. I mean, I guess there's like an off chance that it's a buddy troll just trying to tell him the same stuff he already believes, but I don't even believe that, because usually they're trying to do something to glean information out of him, and this is literally just telling him everything he likes to hear already. So I don't think this person's real at all. That's pretty much about how far this clip goes. It's a whole lot of just him saying, you know, you can't knock him down in a way that he won't get back up from. He's going to keep doing the same shit. So now we're going to jump over to the one from this morning. I'm recording this on June 28th, and I do just want to point out, now that we're moving into a new day of Cyrax, I pointed out during the last video that he'd been wearing this tank top for 5 days. As of now, as of this video, he's been wearing it for 7. I think that might be the absolute record for the longest amount of time I've seen him personally wear one shirt before. So yeah, in case you guys were wondering, that's 7 fucking days with this tank top. And I know none of his clothes exactly look like fresh and clean right out of the washer as it is, but man, it looks like it's caked in like a dark layer of black dirt, and like the design is peeling off of it. It's just, it's nasty to think about what that room and what that area probably smells like.
What's up, y'all? So, I know that it's like super early in the morning, and half y'all motherfuckers are probably still asleep, but quite frankly, I don't give a fuck, because I'm here to speak on some shit. Starting with Steve from Machete Squad.
Ooh, that's a new one. I've never heard him call out Steve from Machete Squad before. That's awesome. There's a lot of new people. The other night, Nova called out Bloodspeth. He said, "Bloodspeth, get the fuck out of my chat." So like, I love to see I love to see new people up and coming. Usually, it's always fuck Marty, fuck Kiwi, fuck Smokey. No, spread the love around. Hate some of the other streamers too.
Bruh, you really think you're something, but you ain't. I mean, you're just doing the same shit as every other troll, dude. Just regurgitating the same bullshit as every other fucking goddamn creator. I mean, that's really all you're doing is just regurgitating the same bullshit. And what I find funny is that y'all trolls really think you're doing something that you ain't doing. Like, y'all think that you're getting me mad and that I'm gonna be homeless, which, one, I'm not gonna be homeless, that's a fact. Two, y'all ain't doing jack fuck all. I mean, the thing that I find funny about you trolls that I laugh at you guys for is this.
Very bold of Cyrax to call someone else's content repetitive.
Like, I seriously laugh at you guys for this because half y'all motherfuckers sit there and say, oh, good job. But half y'all motherfuckers ain't got a job yourselves. Like, it don't make no damn sense, dude. And why y'all out here saying, oh, Chance, get a job before you're homeless? I'm doing my job, motherfucker. It's called my job is to make content. Oh, am I really? How do we know you motherfuckers? How do we know that? Because it's kind of odd how Machete Mafia is willing to throw her fucking 15-year-old daughter, well, probably 18-year-old daughter now. And it's kind of funny how she's willing to throw photos of her daughter when she was 15 at people.
I just want to confirm one more time for anybody who's new. I'm sure the people who have been around for a while are tired of hearing it. Mass Troll Mafia did not show pictures of an actual minor to Cyrax in order to catfish him. It's been confirmed by multiple different entities that Mass Troll Mafia used a picture of a personal friend of hers who was of age in the photo and just looked particularly young. They chose this friend because she had a younger look to her, even though she was of age. So this lie that he tells to try to discredit this person has never been true in the first place.
To try to illegally entrap them. That right there is fairly. It does, like, she's a fucking prove me wrong.
But then, if you were the person who responded to the pictures of the allegedly 15-year-old girl, what would that make you? That's the problem with this argument, is that if he's trying to claim that Mass Troll Mafia used a picture of a minor, then how do you just skirt around your involvement of you're the person who got catfished by the alleged minor? Like, you're just stuck in a loop here, Cyrax.
Any adult who's willing to do that shit with their kid is my ex Kira, who's her 5-year-old son, Callum, and WordBoi from YouTube, who's dating him.
I don't even know where Cyrax pulled that one from, except for just being a completely made-up lie. At least with the Kira stuff, I understand that Kira did actually have her children taken away from her. Now, while we don't actually know why they were taken from her, there's at least, I mean, they don't take your children for no reason, so there's at least some type of, like, credit to the idea that she did something to them. The N-word-boy thing is completely fucking made up. There's literally no evidence to support that whatsoever. He pulled that shit out of thin air. He pulled it out of his ass like his stylus.
And you know, this ain't the first time y'all motherfuckers have done shit like this. Y'all have done this shit to other people too. And there are several people speaking out about it on social media. There are several people speaking out about it. And honestly, I feel like it needs to be spoken out on a lot more. Y'all use the term so fucking loosely because y'all just want to get a laugh.
So he's upset that people are using the term PD loosely to get a laugh, but then he's literally accusing every single person who's ever upset him in any way of also being a PDF. So it's one or the other. We either need to be really careful with that term, or it means nothing and you could just use it as a derogative and throw it at people you don't like. Which one is it, Chance?
You know, y'all ain't cute. Y'all ain't funny. I mean, I would think that with y'all being, half y'all motherfuckers being grown adults, you know, I would figure that half y'all motherfuckers being adults, that you would have some sort of common sense. But half y'all motherfuckers ain't even got no goddamn common sense. Y'all sit here on the internet and act like y'all are teenagers. But you ain't. Half y'all
Cyrax wishes that all the people on the internet were teenagers, if you know what I mean.
are grown-ass adults with jobs and families and lives. So my question to you is this.
Wait, I thought none of us had jobs or families or lives. Like, he can't keep his thread of his thoughts straight at all.
Why sit on the internet and waste it? And Katie, why do I need to show receipts? Do your research. I don't need to show shit. All y'all gotta do is sit back and do your motherfucking research. That's all you gotta do.
No, Cyrax, that's not how the internet works, man. If you want somebody to believe something about someone else or about yourself, You have to prove it in some way. That's why everybody believes all the allegations about you, because there have been many, many, many receipts brought out over the years. So, no, if you want people to just unequivocally believe what you're saying, you don't say, oh, go figure it out for yourself. You make a video and you put the screenshots in it and you prove it. But he can never do that. He has to play this like, oh no, it's not my job, it's your job to do the research thing, because he knows that no matter how hard he tried, he can't just generate screenshots of things that never happened, like the WordBoi thing, for example.
But wait, doing research too hard for you, ain't it? I forgot. Doing research is too fucking hard for y'all. Y'all would rather somebody show the receipts themselves instead of y'all doing your own research like I did. How do you think I found out the truth? Why do you think I'm so untouchable when it comes to me telling the goddamn truth? Why do you think the troll community hates me? Because I tell the facts. I expose the troll community.
You exposed something that made people hate you, but I don't think it was the facts.
And I make sure they're held accountable. I mean, it's funny, y'all trolls sit there and say that I've had FBI agents over here. I've had detectives over here. I've had local law enforcement officers. I've had peace officers over here. And they've all said the exact same damn thing. That I'm not a
I just gotta say, no law enforcement officer in any capacity just showing up to, a phone call or anything like that, they're speaking for whatever jurisdiction they're on, so they would never, ever, ever make a judgment about whether you were guilty or not. Like, we as corrections officers, when I worked in that capacity, when I was in college, we were not allowed to say out loud in front of any inmates whether we thought any other inmate was guilty or not. Because, if one inmate was alleged to have done something and I said he's guilty of that thing, then it's almost like I'm telling the other inmates that the viewpoint, like the official opinion of the state that I am employed by, is that they did that thing, and you can't do that. So there's no situation where a police officer would ever say, oh no, Cyrax, I know you would never do that, you're 100% innocent, because then later on, if evidence came out to show that he did do that thing, it would be an issue for them in court that Cyrax would be able to say, no, pull, Officer 325's body cam footage because he said he thought I was, you know what I mean? Like, it's just an extra complication that they want to avoid. So, no peace officer, no law enforcement officer, and definitely no fucking FBI agent has ever said this shit to him.
So, if all those people are saying that I'm not one, after showing them every screenshot and every video, just because the body cam footage ain't out there don't mean it didn't happen.
I have seen, there's actually a really great channel that you guys should look up, an archive channel called Angry Iguana, I'll link them below, that has hundreds of hours of Cyrax body cam footage, not only of the times he's actually been arrested, but of so many of the calls where the police have shown up to his house and there was no arrest, they were just doing a wellness check or something. So there's tons of body cam footage out there that you look terrible on.
So, if all these detectives and all these officers and all these FBI agents are all saying the same thing, after looking and reviewing the evidence and investigating me and looking into me, and they're all saying the same goddamn thing, maybe y'all motherfuckers need to just, I don't know, get a life and accept the fact that I beat you guys at your own damn game. Because see, that's the problem with y'all trolls. Y'all taught me how to play the game. But the problem is, I play your own game better than you do. Like, it's funny to me. Y'all think this is a game, but yet I play the game a million times better than all y'all put together do. So I don't see why y'all continue to try to go against somebody that's 10 times smarter than what y'all motherfucking trolls are. See, y'all trolls' problems is this. Y'all think that I don't pay attention to patterns. Y'all think that I don't pay attention to what's going on around me at all times, but I do. Why do you think I pick up on patterns of what y'all are going to do before you do it?
It's amazing that he keeps bragging about his incredible skill in pattern recognition when he just plugged another USB stick into his Xbox. You didn't see a pattern there when another mystery USB stick showed up at your house? Like, there was no situation you could recall that was similar to that?
Because I see the patterns. Think of me as the person from Final... If y'all have ever seen Final Destination Bloodlines, the new one,
I love that he's not even referencing like the OG Final Destination. He's only talking about the newest one.
or any of the Final Destinations, y'all understand this. I'm like that dude from Final Destination or that chick from Final Destination that sees what's going to happen before it happens.
You know that the whole folly of those movies is that even though they know what's going to happen, they end up dying anyway because their fate is inevitable, right? That actually makes it such a fitting metaphor for him, is that he's claiming he can see all this stuff coming, but when that next USB stick shows up, he's still going to plug it into his Xbox or his computer or whatever he has.
You see, by y'all doing what y'all did yesterday with the fire department, y'all set in motion a series of events where police are going to start looking into you motherfuckers. FBI agents, detectives are going to start looking into you motherfuckers.
He's been swatted multiple times, but somehow he thinks like the last nail in the coffin is going to be calling the fire department, and suddenly they're just going to start rounding up the trolls. Okay.
That's why I play along when y'all little trolls try to, y'all try to catfish me, for lack of better terms. And I play along with it for a bit. Why? It's not because...
Does playing along with it constitute sending, illicit photos of yourself, telling them that you love them and want to spend the rest of your life with them and that their kids are your kids and all this shit? Like, what? How far is he willing to go, quote unquote, playing along with it? Because it seems like he's getting a little too committed to the bit.
Because I believe you. It's because I'm waiting for y'all to fuck up. See, y'all play the game, but I play it better. See, y'all are down here on a low IQ level. I'm up on here on a genius IQ level. See, I play your guys' game better than you, by far. See, by allowing you guys to get close to me like I do, eventually you guys reveal yourselves, and when I catch you in that, well then guess what? You get called out, don't you? You get exposed. Kind of like I did with that dude last night.
To this day, Cyrax has never successfully exposed the identities of any of his trolls. He's never had any meaningful comeback against or any of them under any circumstances. So this game that he's claiming that he plays, where, he's such a high level of intelligence that he's lying in wait for the trolls to slip up so he can take them down. Well, he constantly embarrasses himself in the process of participating with the trolls, but I've yet to ever see the takedown that's supposed to come at the end.
That went by some weird chick's name or something. I let him get close to me. I knew this dude was a troll, but I let him get close to me for a reason. And don't get me wrong, I chopped it up with him. I told the truth to him. I was open and honest with him the entire time. And then this guy thought that he was going to try to be slick to be like, oh, I want you to talk to my dad. And then he used my former dad's first and last name. And then what did he do? He tried to lower his voice. And I caught on. See, that's the problem with y'all trolls. Y'all don't realize that I am above y'all motherfuckers. I am 10 times smarter than y'all will ever be put together. Half y'all want to sit here and try to do what you do to me, but it never works.
It works. Every single goddamn time. I've yet to see it fail.
Like, it don't add up. It don't make sense. Oh, and Steve from Machete Squad. I'm just going to give you a little bit of advice on your videos.
I love how he'll do these giant run-on sentences. I forgot he even mentioned Steve from Machete Squad because I think it was like 10 minutes ago. He goes off on this whole rant and he's like, oh yeah, Steve, by the way.
And if you're going to make videos about me, come to me and get the real facts first. So I can give you the straight facts and not the fake facts. You think that all your little videos that you make on me affect me, but they really don't. If anything, I laugh at your ignorance. You're basically that fly that you always put in your videos. Like, you think that you're doing hot shit, but you're not doing shit. You're acting like a fucking Chad. You're acting like a fucking male version of a Karen. And that's all half y'all trolls are just Karens. You're a bunch of Karens that are pissed off, that have no talents, that are jealous of my success, and jealous of what I've accomplished.
I don't know about the rest of you guys, but that's how I got into this business. I saw Cyrax on screen, I saw those scabs glistening on his head, freshly picked, and I was just like, man, I'll never be that guy. The best I can do, I guess, would be maybe to make videos about him and hope one day he'll notice me. Like, come on. He can't really, this has to be cope, right? Like, he can't really be this delusional.
So, and I know what I said last night, but there are certain exceptions like this. Because it allows me to know that I'm doing good, and they're not doing so good.
So it's been, again, it was late last night he made the stream that he was like, I'm above the trolls, I'm above all of it, I'm like, gonna reinvent myself and ignore them and use them promotion and all this shit. And then it's early this morning that he's like, oh yeah, by the way, I need to call one out individually, but it's okay, it's just an exception.
So to all y'all little trolls, before you decide to fuck with a genius level IQ human being like myself, learn your competition first. Learn what your person's really about. Study your opponent first before you challenge them. Because like I said, I love letting you trolls get close to me. Because see, you guys play the short game. I play the long game. That's the difference between us. Y'all play the short game, trying to do a quick high to get at me. But I play the long game, and I draw you guys in. Oh, God.
Well, that's it, guys. We're all trapped in the spider's web. There's no getting away from Cyrax. Anything that we want to do, it's really just a plan that he's pre-written 5 steps ahead of us so he can get us back later. So, I don't know. There must be some great retribution coming, considering he just bricked an Xbox and a Wii again. That must have been, some type of a gambit that he's setting up to really just take us apart later. But I don't know. I'll be waiting with bated breath. But until next time, if you guys like the content, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate all the support. We're closing in on 1,000 followers now, or 1,000 subscribers now. I'm very excited about that. So thank you guys so much. And until next time, you guys have a good one.